guys, thanks for clicking on the video today. My name is Maria and I'm back with another video, y'all. So in this video, we're going to be kind of breaking down cream products. So if you watched my last video, I did a from bare to flawless makeup routine using 8 steps, but we use primarily powder products because I really do believe powder products are easier to use for beginners than cream products. But I also said in that video I will come back and do a makeup routine counting the steps using cream products. And by cream products, I mean cream blushes, cream contour, cream bronzer, cream eyeshadow, that type of thing. So that's what we're going to do today. And you know, this is just a video for people who are torn between powder or cream. Which one should I use? Which one is better? So that's what we're going to do today. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and just saved a little bit of time. I went ahead and put on my foundation. I am wearing the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Deep Dark 25N. And as my primer, I use my Dior Backstage Universal Primer. You know, I said I was going to be using Vanessa Meyer's Blur and Bomb Powder all summer, but today, it's not really warm. It's actually cold outside today, y'all. And I'm not going to be doing anything much. I've already been out and done some things. And I came back and decided to do this video. So that's what we're doing today. So I have my foundation on. Alright guys, so we have everything on. And right now we're going to just go in and talk a little bit about powder products. Because honestly, there are some people who are powder people. And then there are some people who are cream people when it comes to their makeup. So for powder products are great for setting your makeup, controlling shine, especially if you have oily skin. If you watch my last video, you'll see that my favorite part of that video was setting the makeup, and we used like 2 different powders. And powders also offer a matte finish and can be built up for more coverage, but we're seeing more and more companies come out with powder products that are radiant, a radiant powder, luminous powder, but typically powder products are going to give you that matte finish. Plus they're often more long lasting, you know, making them a go-to for a full day out, 12, 18, 24 hour type of thing. When it comes to cream products are mostly known for their blendability. You can put a cream product on, you can just blend it out. It can be as subtle as you would like, or they can be a little bit more bolder. If you like, to me, in my opinion, cream products are more creative. You can get more creative with your cream products. And they can provide like a more dewy or radiant finish, which makes them kind of more of a go-to for people with mature skin or for people with dry skin. Again, on the flip side, I say dewy, luminous finish, but we also have a lot of cream and liquid products that have a matte finish, which I think some of the products I'm going to be using today are going to be more on the matte side of things. Cream blushes, cream highlighters, cream contour, cream bronzers can be used to create a more radiant, natural glow from within type of look. They're also great for layering, giving you that fresh illuminated look. So yeah, so that's the difference. So you can decide, you know, which one of you, are you a powder person or a cream person? So let's go ahead and get into the cream products since we already have our foundation on. The first thing we're going to do, if you're working with cream products and you're trying to work these into your makeup routine, I like to put all of my cream products on first. I've seen some people use cream products on top of powders. They say you can do it like that, but that's not what I like to do. I like to put all of the cream products on first and then build from there. So let's start out with the first step, according to me, is going to be applying the cream blush. All right, so starting with cream blush, I have 2 products here. I could not figure out which one I wanted to use. So I said, you know what, we're going to use both of them. So I have my Juvia's Place. This is their new matte cream blush. And then I have my Patrick Star One Size Blush Trio. Now this has powder blushes in here, but this one right here is the cream. It's the cream blush. And since like I said, I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to use, I'm going to use both of them. All right. And that's the fun thing about cream products. You can just do what you want to do. So I'm trying to figure out how am I going to use my hand or am I going to use my brush. Let's go ahead and just use the brush. So I'm just gonna take this one first and just go on the cheek. And I'm bringing this down on the cheek a little bit instead of on the top. So now, and this is called Firestarter. This is the shade Firestarter. And then we're going to go in with Juvia's Place. This is called Very Berry. Y'all, look at that. Look how bright that is. And this is why using cream products can be so intimidating, because look how pigmented that is. And what I'm doing, guys, I'm cleaning off the brush just a little bit because we're going to blend all of this out. And if you notice, I have not applied any concealer. Because the concealer is going to help us out a little bit. And don't be afraid, you can go under the eye with the cream blush. I kind of use it as my color corrector. If you've been watching me, you know I used to use this orange shade or this fiery red shade of One Size. I used to use it as a color corrector. So with cream products, you're going to be doing a lot of touching up. That's just how it is. It's just the way it is. And, you know, it's just part of the process. So for the second step, guys, we're going to go ahead and just go in with our cream contour. I am going to be using the LYS Beauty. This is their cream contour stick. This is in the shade Worthy. Y'all, this is like putting milk chocolate on your face. So what we're going to do is just make a line there. Go here. And y'all, I see, you could tell, well, you can tell. You see I have my wig on. I don't typically keep my wig on while I'm, you know, doing my makeup, just because the hair gets in the way. But like I said, I've already been out today and I've had this on and I'm going to keep it on. All right, so contour to carve out the nose. And we're going to take this blending brush here and we're just going to start on the forehead to just blend this out, blending it back up into the hairline. And when you're blending out your contour, you want to blend up. So up into that blush. And I know at first it's going to look crazy. You're going to be like, oh my God, what is that? What am I doing? But you have to trust the process when you're using cream products. Trust me, it's going to all come together. And you can kind of go under the jawbone, cheekbone, whatever you want to call it, jawbone, with the excess. And then you're just going to go back and continue blending. So we're taking our blush brush and just going back over, melting these two together. Our foundation brush, clean it up. All right, so we see here, we see here. So now we're going to really kick things up, and we're going to go with the third step in our cream products routine. We're going to go ahead now and add the concealer. And y'all, I forgot to go on top of my eyelids with my concealer, just so we can have, you know, some uniformity with our look, because my eyelids are very dark, just like my under eyes. Everything looks really good, even though that cream blush was very, very pigmented. You can barely see it now. It's still peeking through, but you can barely see it. And that's what we like. That's why we like the cream products, because my face looks really nice. And so now we're going to keep going. So even though you wear cream products, you still have to set, and you set with powders. So I'm going to go ahead and just set my set everything down with powders. I'm not going to talk through it. I'll put the products up on the screen, the product names, so we can go ahead and set everything. But right now, everything looks really good. Cream eyeshadow. So I am using this e.l.f. No Budge cream eyeshadow. e.l.f. No Budge cream eyeshadow. This is in the shade, I have to put the shade, I forgot the shade. I've had this for a long time, y'all. I've had this for a long time. This is a really deep dark brown shade. I'm just trying to see if it still has some creaminess to it. Let's see. I have this also in a nice blue shade, but I said I wasn't going to do too much today. I'm just going to keep everything nice and neutral, but this is a very creamy eyeshadow, and it dries down really, really fast. And once it dries down, it is very much no budge. So we want to go ahead and blend it out really quickly. Yeah, I like cream eyeshadows because, and you all know this if you've seen me apply my Color Fix, which is a liquid. Well, I guess it's cream liquid color pigments. And those two, they give a matte finish, but they dry down. And once they dry down, you can't budge it. So, but I like cream eye products because they don't crease. So this, it doesn't crease. It doesn't, settle into your lines. It just really creates a smooth surface for, um, for your makeup. Now, the one thing I do like about these, this could be a base, eyebrow base. So you can go on top of this with your favorite powder eyeshadow. And that's a lot with a lot of cream products. You can go on top of your cream products with your favorite powder products. And I'll show you a little bit of that today. Yeah, I mean, I was finna mess up, y'all. But yeah, so just like the cream bronzer, cream contour, you can go back on top of it with a cream bronzer. I mean, with a powder bronzer or contour with the blush. You can go back on top of it with a powder blush if you want to. It's just really about preference. So what I also love about this No Budge Cream Eyeshadow is that while it can be your eyeshadow, it can also be your eyeliner. So we're just going to go ahead and put this brown shade into our waterline just a little bit. And I'm going to bring it just under the waterline just a little bit as well. Now, like I said, if I wanted to, I can go on top of this with a powder eyeshadow. And I'm almost tempted to, but I'm not. I think I'm going to just leave it like this. We're just going to leave it and we're going to move on. So what I want to do now is just go back over the blush. Now, we still have a little bit of that peeking out. So like I said, if you just wanted to leave your blush and your contour and bronzer right here, you definitely could do that. You definitely can do that. But what I want to do is just reinforce it. So I'm going to go back over my bronzer with a powder bronzer using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 4. Yes, I know I'm messing up my hair. So as you saw, that was very, very simple. So what I want to do now is just go back over the blush. We used the cream blush in here. So now I want to go and use the powder. So I'm switching. This is a matte and this is a shimmer. So we just kind of, going to bring out that blush just a little bit more. So as you can see, it's just a little bit, just a little subtle powder, just to bring out what's underneath the skin. I think it looks good. So we're going to leave that right there. And y'all, I do have a liquid cream highlighter. This is the Urban Decay Face Spun Luminizer. This is the shade Golden Hour. I'm going to put just a little bit of this on the face and just see how this works out. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. See. Just a little drop. And I'm going to use this sponge. This is the One Size Infinity sponge. I'm just going to put this up toward the top of my cheeks. This is a liquid highlighter, I guess you could say. I don't typically use liquid highlighters, y'all. Can y'all see that? Let's do a little bit more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So this dries down. This dries down. Okay, y'all, we messing up. Now we're messing up. Now we're messing up. Uh-oh, let's see. Messing up. Yes. This is kind of like the Urban Decay Face Fund Foundation, which is self-setting. Once you put it on, it sets. And this is, I see this luminizer pretty much doing the same thing. It is setting. Oh my goodness. What do you think, guys? Can y'all tell that this, it's not blended in all the way, but it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. All right. So let's keep going. All right, so before we go any further, let's go ahead and just set the face. So I'm going to set the face using my e.l.f. Power Grip. This is the Dewy Setting Spray. So if you're using cream liquid products because you want more of a natural dewy, you're not looking for a matte, shine-free look, you want something that's, you know, a little bit more radiant, you can always use your setting spray. So I did put on cream and liquid products, but most of the products that I have are matte formulas. So I'm going to spray my face down with this setting spray. Yeah, so this is going to give me kind of like that radiant look. And yeah, so now let's go ahead and just, still going to put on some mascara. But before I put on the mascara, I want to go ahead and get the lip out the way, y'all, because this lip is really, for some reason, I don't know. I don't know what lip I wanted to use today, but I am going to go in and try my Fenty Beauty. This is the Gloss Bomb Stick in the shade Fenty Glow. I think this is in the shade Fenty Glow, or it's in the shade Amber Glow. Amber Glow. So I'm going to be using my Liquid Color Fix as my lip liner, and I have a lip pencil here. I think I said in one of my last videos, I've seen a lot of people really create nice lip looks using brushes. You know, instead of having a lip pencil, they're going in using liquid products. And y'all, I have thin lips, so sometimes I really don't like lining my lips, because I feel like lining my lips sometimes makes them look smaller, but I don't know. That's what it looks like. All right, so I really do like these. I think that I like them because they're really shiny. And even though I've always said, you know, I don't like a shiny lip, give me a matte lip, give me a matte lip. But I like these. I like the fact that it is a lipstick and that it has a little bit of gloss to it, so I don't have to commit to a lip gloss. But this is pretty. This is pretty. Yeah, just a little bit of lip liner, y'all. Not too much. All right, so now we're just going to finish everything off. We're going to put on some mascara, and then we'll be done. Y'all, I really want to compare this Gucci to my Chanel mascara. I don't know, but I do like that. I love this mascara. I feel like my lashes look really, really good. All right, guys, so I'm back with my finished look, and I think we look really, really good. So we used some of our cream and liquid products today, and I think the look came across very, very well. So you may ask, cream versus powder, why does it matter? Honestly, it only matters depending on your skin type and your preferences. Again, in my opinion, I feel like cream products are great if you have mature or dry skin. And they're great if you're looking for more of a dewy, radiant, luminous look. Then you want to reach for your cream products. I also feel like cream products are more creative because the blendability is there. You can do so much with cream and liquid products. Whereas powder products, I feel like, are more for oily skin people, even though I like powder products. But I feel like powder products are more for oily skin people. If you're really looking for something that's functional, that's going to keep the sweat, oil, shine away from your face all day, and you want to keep that matte look all day, then you're going to reach for your powder products. So again, it just boils down to preference and skin type is what I really feel. But so many brands are coming out with liquid and cream products and matte formulas. So, it's something for everybody. Again, it's your preference. As you can see, I used my cream blush, but I still went on top of it with a powder blush. I used my cream contour, but I still went on top of it with a powder bronzer. So it just depends. I use a good nice cream eyeshadow, and you see how beautiful this looks. I didn't even go on top of it with a powder eyeshadow. I could have, but I didn't. But it still looks very, very good. It does dry down to a matte finish, but it is crease proof. It doesn't budge. It doesn't move. It just looks good. I've had this for a long time. I've worn it so many times. So I can attest this e.l.f. No Budge Cream Eyeshadow. If you have not tried it, get it. Try. They have several shades. I think I paid $5 for it. Definitely. It's worth that and more. Anyway, it can work as your eyeshadow base. It can be your eyeliner. All of the things. But yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to talk too long about it. Just let me know down below, which do you prefer? Do you prefer cream products or do you prefer powder products? Or do you use a combination of both? And my tip is just to experiment with both and find out what works for you. Okay? All right. So guys, I want to thank you again for watching this video, for coming over to my channel. I thank you all so much for leaving nice comments in the comments section. For those who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. For those who have been subscribed for a long time, thank you so much too. Thank you so much also. If you are watching this video and you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers at least before the year is out, y'all. Yeah, so that's it. And the most important thing is come back for the next video. All right? All right, bye.